The way society is going with men is not sustainable. It's not very healthy and may lead us as a society to... Let's have a conversation, shall we? So, I call this a conversation because it's gonna be a little bit different from my usual kind of videos, in that this is not quite something where I'm trying to pass my opinion on to you, fellow friends and viewers. So there is this issue going on in society that I like for us to have an exchange of ideas on. Now, have you all noticed how whenever the media tries to paint a picture of how bad the situation really is, be it of a crime or a war situation, how they keep using this specific sentence? Take a listen.
It's now emerging that more civilians were killed, including women and children.
Local media reports 7 women and 3 children were killed in the attack.
Women and children are being killed, and those that aren't are being starved.
Killed at least 34 people early this Tuesday, more than half of them women and children.
So you all just heard it. The continuous emphasis on women and children. Women and children. And the reason I'm making this video and hoping to have an engagement with you all is because I find it very hard to see the logic in this. Why the emphasis on women and children? Is it to say all lives aren't equally important? Is it to say men's lives aren't important? I first noticed this with mainstream media quite a good number of years ago. And every time I would turn on the TV, which I hardly do, somehow this phrase pops up. And for some reason I would be irritated. But it always somehow ended between the TV screen and I. This relationship, this very, very casual relationship I have with my TV screen, all right? But the reason I'm doing this video right now is because yesterday I was having a conversation with someone. We were talking about some really disturbing events going on around the world right now. And this person used this phrase. It hit me different, honestly. I got lost in the conversation for a couple seconds. Because at that moment, it dawned on me that, well, it's not just the media anymore. Or that if the media ever intended programming people, passing down this rhetoric to people, then they've succeeded somehow. Because here I am, talking eyeball to eyeball with someone, and this person is telling me to my face, and what I interpret to be that the lives of women and children are more important. I could be wrong in my interpretation. That's why I want your own point of view. But the way I look at it, I see no logic in it. I feel like every life is equally important, and men's lives are just as important. How about replacing women and children with just people, generally? And I feel like we need to start having such conversations because there is something going on in our world today, even though a lot of people seem to be oblivious about. And it is the fact that men are going through a lot unnoticed for the most part. Study the statistics on men going through depression and suffering from domestic violence and just a lot more in society going unnoticed, and you will be stunned, especially in Western democracies. I've got a lot of data on my mind, but I don't want to take the conversation to every what direction. So let's just focus on this for a minute, all right? On the whole idea of society seemingly giving different degrees of importance to different demographics, all right? Let's focus on that and have a conversation on that, because I feel it's very important. And the reason why I feel it's very important is because the way society is going with men is not sustainable. It's not very healthy, and may lead us as a society to areas that we wouldn't be very comfortable with. So I just thought I'd put this out here, and like I said, let's have a conversation. Your voice counts. Your opinion counts. You never know where a conversation like this might lead to. Thanks for your time, and see you in the comment section.